Line up, you fucking nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The money line.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week. The money line, we're live. We're going to talk some UFC 300. We got an off week from the UFC. There's still some PFL going on later on this week, but no UFC action, but still content for the people. I am AJ, joined as always by my guy, Mike Finch. What's happening, bro?
Feeling good, like I should. Went for 5 on all my locks. I'm feeling good. Yeah, that's why I still got the poster up. We're still celebrating UFC 300. Right after Moneyline happened, I jumped on my channel. I made my own video. I picked 5 locks, and AJ, all 5 of them hit. Come on, man. We're celebrating. We're celebrating.
You did great. You did. Listen, I told you, Mike Finch is confident AF picks. That's it.
AJ makes me the thumbnail. You guys came through, gave it a few thousand views. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming through. And I'll keep doing it. I'll do another recap tonight. After Moneyline, I'm going to just be freaking Q&A-ing it up. So feel free to check that out. And yeah, man, that was the right way to do it. You know, I think overall we just figured it out, right? 11-2 on the whole card, bottom to top.
I think you did the best out of everybody in the world right now. I don't know why you're not getting more shouts, bro. They should be shouting you out on Twitter.
You guys can shout me out all you want. If you made any money, let us know. For sure, I did. Yeah, I hit all my picks, hit a parlay, hit the money lines. It was good.
That was good. You killed it this week, my brother.
Max Holloway dog money, like, bro, that just seems too obvious in hindsight now.
Now, and especially how the fight played out. We're going to talk about it. We're going to recap everything. Finch and I will give our reactions to every fight because it's UFC 300. We'd be doing it a disservice if we didn't give respect to each one of the matchups that were on this card. Make sure you guys smash the likes bright and early for us. Finch, what do we want to do? We want to go bottom to top per usual? You want to go top to bottom?
Yeah, we could start from the bottom. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. All right, we're going to start it off with our first fight on UFC 300. Omnipolar, shout out to him. We had Deiveson Figueiredo, Cody No Love Garbrandt. Bro, Deiveson Figueiredo toyed with Garbrandt on the ground. The grappling level difference was incredible here.
Yeah, that was interesting, right? Because the striking, Cody looked pretty good. Cody was holding his own. You saw the karate of Deiveson Figueiredo come through as well. But, you know, he was always, of course, a Brazilian Muay Thai fighter. But he started learning that karate from Henry Cejudo and that team. And you see him in that stance, like the back hands clenched, the lead hands open, lunging in and out. And it was competitive until he got it on the ground, right? As soon as he learned he could take Cody down, it was the beginning of the end there. Really nice job finishing the fight by Deiveson Figueiredo.
Yo, listen, shout out to Bob. He's been out for a while. He's finally back. Shout out to you, bro. We're glad to see you. We hope all is well, my brother, man. Let's go.
What up, Bob?
Figueiredo did his thing. I'm like ready to read odds off for the fight. Listen, I'm so ready for that. But no, it was good. It was dominant. Cody Garbrandt, I think his striking is good, but he's got clearly outworked on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, Deiveson Figueiredo has been wrestling with Captain Eric Albarracin and those guys, and he obviously was able to put that together with his jiu-jitsu that he already had. He's been good at jiu-jitsu, right? I think it's the wrestling that we're seeing another level with him. And Cody Garbrandt started as a wrestler, but just like Calvin Kattar, it's like the longer you get away from it, the longer you become a striker in MMA. You know, they lose some levels of the wrestling. I believe he's not in his wrestling prime, and we saw that, and he got strangled, man. He got out of there.
He got strangled. Listen, Pick'em, thank you for gifting a membership in chat. It went to JD93. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, dog. Thank you, Pick'em. Big shout out, Pick'em MMA. They call him my YouTube protege now. He's got over 1,000 subs. He's been posting.
These guys are funny, man. These guys in the chat are funny. Before
running late today, trying to glue his beard back on. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, why don't you tell the folks what happened, AJ?
Listen, Alexander Rakic I said he's the lock, and I bet my beard on it, and I had to shave it on stream. A viral moment. It was great. It was great. Honestly, Prohashka's toughness is crazy. We'll talk about that fight more in depth, but we cleaned it up. Now me and Finch, we rocking the same style of facial hair, bro. Minimal. That's it.
Now you clean, bro. This is
what do you like better, Finch?
Oh, come on. The girls like this. This is good. You know, how do you kiss your girlfriend with that scruffy face, man? No, they like this.
Says, listen, it's tickly. What the fuck is this?
I could even still see some stubble, man. You didn't even get the whole. You gotta shave every day. That's how you keep a clean face.
That's true.
You gotta shave every day.
I shaved 2 days ago, and then I shaved again yesterday to even it out.
Okay.
And then it grows back, man. I guess I gotta stay at it. The 5 o'clock shadow is a real thing.
We're Wolverines, man. We gotta shave every day. We'll get to it. We'll get to that fight too. Yeah, Davison looked good. It was a good way to kick off the card, and it just heat up from there.
Thank you. I'm saying thank you because I'm looking at the chat. Fucking now y'all both looking sharp, useless. Thank you, bro. We appreciate the fuck out of you for that. Big W. Thanks, dog.
Hey, we dressed up last card too. I'm telling you guys, pay-per-views. AJ and I are gonna be dressing up every time.
We need to, man. It just our success rate is higher, I think, with the outfits. I don't know.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go. Our second fight on the card was Bobby Green and Jim Miller.
Woo!
Bobby Green had his way. He looked dominant in the fight, beat up Jim Miller pretty bad. Miller's tough as they come for not going out, but I think Bobby could have knocked him out if he forced him to stand up.
That's performance bonus on most cards, man. Jim Miller was hanging in there, taking big shots, trying to deliver some back. He did hit Bobby with some shots. It's just Bobby Green's so loose, hands down style, really working for him. Jim felt like he couldn't close that gap, felt like he had to strike with him. It played very close to the way I broke it down for you guys. Bobby Green's speed is just on another level, and the hands down style worked for him against an aging Jim Miller. That was, I believe that was in the parlay, right, that I gave you guys, and I bet it myself. So big performance for Bobby Green to bounce back, and then he calls out Paddy Pimblett. Come on, man, perfect.
That's a good fight to make. I don't think Paddy's too excited for it though, because Bobby's still got nasty hands. I think Paddy's trying to get the Moicano fight because he's higher up the ranks though.
It's just the stylistic difference is so huge. Both of them are tough fights for Paddy. I think that Bobby Green's tough because he's kind of a grappler killer. It's hard to get him down. It's hard to close that distance on him. He'll have similar advantages that he had over Jim. His speed is going to be better. The hands down style to get to the hips is hard. With Renato Moicano, it's, he's going to be a lot safer on the feet and in much more danger on the ground. So yeah, interesting. The matchup differences. I don't know which matchup would be better for him, honestly, but those two make a lot of sense.
I think so. I think either one. Bobby Green's still in the mix as far as outside that top 15. No beard AJ locks are going to be better. That's funny as hell, Wavy.
Zero Balance says, please tell me what y'all think about the official 300 poster. I think it's a slap into the face of the fans. Well, honestly, my happiness for it left when I pulled mine out. What?
He's saying he hated the poster. He didn't like it.
Well, because it doesn't have anybody on it?
He didn't like it, yeah.
All right. They did it different, bro. Like last time for UFC 200, the whole cage was gold, and this time it just had that gold octagon around it, which I thought was cooler. Yeah. And then this having nobody's face on it, it lets everybody sign it. Like they put everybody at the press conference. I assume they had every fighter sign these. I don't know. I'm not getting too caught up in that. Let me give him a compliment, AJ. The Face the Pain intro. Face the pain, no escape. Can you step to this? Face the pain, no escape. Can you step to this? Face the pain. Face the pain. Ripping me into peace. I'm getting chills watching that shit. I'm getting flashbacks of Chuck Liddell taking out Tito Ortiz. I mean, that is old school UFC. The Gladiator putting his shin guards on. Dude. That's back when I was a super fan. You know what I mean? So the throwback Face the Pain intro was sick.
I was actually sad that we're not going to get more of it because it was better than the current intros, 100%.
Yes.
I'm like, can we maybe bring this back to Face the Pain? Like, I think it's a mistake to be doing these new high-tech intros. Face the Pain hits different.
Bro, I was so... Like it's so raw. Face the Pain. It's like it's just so There's about to be warfare in that cage, you know,
Yeah.
and you feel it with Face the Pain.
I agree. We got a dono coming in, my brother. Wavy. Thank you for $4.99. Come on, AJ and Finch. Hey. What do you do?
Come on,
we gotta find, how do
Wavy.
we do the fucking worm, bro? We push it one, two.
Yeah, you go this and then I
There.
No, we're not doing good. Sorry, Wavy. We tried, Wavy, but we
tried.
appreciate the $5. Wavy, isn't that a Surfaces song? Oh, maybe,
I'm waving.
maybe.
Waving.
I don't know. I might be
The
off.
rap song, isn't it? Yo, it's reggae. Yo, man, I'm weaving down the beach at the rocks in the street. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that.
What the fuck? No, I don't know that song.
I was a reggae singer in the past, man.
Is that right?
First started low key.
Holy moly. Yo, thank you, Wavy. Appreciate you. Bobby Green looked good, AJ. Hey, back up. You know, he gets flatlined by Turner. Turner has a bad night and Bobby bounces back.
Yeah, listen, styles make the fights for sure. Looking up to the next fight, we're speaking of I guess it's not Jalin. I'm thinking it was Jalin. It's Andrade and Marina Rodriguez and Jessica Andrade. I don't even know what names they're saying. I'm almost forgetting. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting amnesia for this fight. It was close, but the right woman won. I did think Andrade deserved it at the end. She still got some power to her. And I think that I don't see a title challenge happening per se for Andrade, but she's still in the mix. And I got to give due respect to it. I feel like Marina Rodriguez, I don't know, maybe too timid, didn't have the strength to deal with Andrade, didn't have enough power to really keep her at bay. She'd hit her with good shots, but there wasn't enough sting in the hands, man. Andrade's just more of a physical specimen, was able to outmuscle, outwork, out-pressure, out-pop, and pull off a, close split decision, but I thought it should have been unanimous, to be honest.
She was able to bully her just enough. She got to the top position a couple of key times. Marina Rodriguez just not quite putting things together, a couple big mistakes, letting her get just sort of pushed around too much. Defensive grappling needs to be more together. Just some mistakes. Some general jiu-jitsu's okay, but there's just so much to work on. So Marina Rodriguez, not going to be a contender, and Jessica Andrade was just good enough, and the physical strength came into play. Jessica Andrade is more physical, and that was obvious after the first takedown. Marina Rodriguez, a little weak for the division, let's be honest. Marina Rodriguez, not her best performance. It was a split decision, but I agree. It was one of the two fights I had wrong all night. I picked Marina, and Jessica Andrade looked good.
She looked good. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. This one was Jalin Turner and Money Moicano. Jalin Turner got beaten up. Money Moicano put it on him in that second round. But first round, Jalin Turner had a serious opportunity to change the way this fight would have went. He dropped Money Moicano, and Money Moicano was out on his feet. But what does Jalin Turner decide to do, Mike Finch? He decides to celebrate early. Who the fuck does he think he is? Mark Hunt? Cut the shit. Go follow up. If Jalin Turner would have decided to follow up, there's a very real chance that he would have got a TKO. Because Moicano, there was 10 seconds there where he just looked like completely wobbled. He was out on his feet. Turner walking away after the knockout, and then confusion, like, why didn't you stop it? His head wasn't in the game. At that point out, it was over. He'd already been ready to pack it in. Money Moicano doesn't break. He can't afford to lose, he said after the fight.
Money Moicano can't afford to lose.
He can't afford to lose, motherfucker.
I
was impressed by Money Moicano's savagery. Tough.
Crazy.
Jalin on the other side, he's got all the physical gifts and he's got the tools too. But I just think the suspect fight IQ, but we know one thing here. Money Moicano proved that Jalin Turner can be taken down by these guys. The Mateusz Gamrot fight, that was a short notice Gamrot. And now the way I look at it, if the fight were to retake place, I think Gamrot's a lot more successful with grappling control.
There was something that happened in this fight that happened in the Wei Li fight too, where Moicano realized I could just dominate from the top position. I just got to focus so hard to get there. I heard John Danaher breaking down a single leg takedown once, and the single leg takedown, obviously you're trying to put your opponent's hips on the mat. And so he was saying that he was working with this coach who just kept showing how to essentially work after finishing the single leg. And then student raised their hand like, hey, well, like you should keep showing us finishes after we get the single. What about getting the actual single leg? Like, how do I take a penetration step and get to the single leg? And he was saying, if you believe that once you get to that leg, you will finish the takedown, you will dominate position, you'll find a way to get to that leg. And that's exactly what happened with Money Moicano. It's exactly what happened with Wei Li. It's like they believed that if they could get to a top position, they could dominate these fucking people. And so they just found it. They just made it fucking happen. So Jalin Turner, very dangerous on the feet, but Money Moicano wanted it bad, maybe more. And just more gamey, more cagey, didn't make a stupid mistake like Jalin did of letting him off the hook. And it's not a guy to let off the hook, man, because Money Moicano was a lot better at grappling, was really heavy on top. Yeah, this was the other one I got wrong. So 2 fights wrong. It was these 2 back-to-back. Props to Money Moicano. Let's be honest, we're rooting for him. The guy's fucking awesome. What an awesome post-fight interview. Money Moicano is entertaining. Yeah. Money Moicano wants money, and I think he deserves it.
I think so too. The star power is definitely there with him. The YouTube channel he's already got going. He's posting a lot. I was close to getting him to collab it up, but he's gone too big time now for me, bro. I don't think Money Moicano will be joining the Moneyline, but we're sending the formal invite right now on the show. Money Moicano joins the Moneyline. I'm down for it. Money Moicano wants to just chat on one of my live streams. I'm down for it. Money Moicano. He follows me on IG. I follow him back. Hit us up. Bright Boxer, thank you for 279.
Thank you, Bright Boxer. And then he hits us again. He says, Moicano, lock of the century. Yo, if you locked Moicano, you're a savage. Good for you.
He did. Bright Boxer was saying it all week. Moicano's the lock. I give him credit. He called Drezhki the week before. But Bright Boxer's got the most underrated picks in the chat, I think.
Respect, Boxer. He didn't do a lot of boxing. He did boxing from Mount. How about that? He beat the shit out of Jalin Turner, man. What an awesome performance from Money Moicano. It's cool to see him up here high. You know what's cool about it is Money Moicano's not a great athlete. He's just not. He's not that talented of an athlete. But his mindset, his grappling, his ability to get to the positions he needs to get to is high level. He's got a high level mindset, trains at a world-class team, out there in Florida. And man, go get that money, Money Moicano. You're entertaining as fuck.
I loved it. The post-fight was epic. Mr. USA himself, Money Moicano, should get the USA tattoo right on his chest, bro. Let's go. Money Moicano. He
loves what was he saying?
First Amendment.
Second Amendment. He's like, I'm gonna buy my gun. I don't even remember what he was saying. He was going in.
Going in. It was huge. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. Diego Lopes, Sodiq Yusuff. This was Lopez's breakout performance. He dusted Yusuff easy, bro. And Sodiq Yusuff, you look at his last fight, he looked incredible against Edson Barboza.
Yeah.
Lopes put Yusuff on the back foot, dusted him. Like, he couldn't even hang. Like, it looked like 2 different levels. I think Diego Lopes is really good. Like, his debut against Evloev, he was close, but he didn't win it on 5 days' notice. I think Diego Lopes is one of the most interesting guys right now in the featherweight division and needed new face to the top, I think.
Diego Lopes is the type of guy to just thrive at a UFC 300 environment, where the fans are going nuts and the money's on the line, the 300K bonus. He's just that type of game-bred dog who's going to go out there and bite. And he did, man. He went and put Sodiq Yusuff away. Super entertaining. There was some smart money on Sodiq Yusuff. I mentioned to AJ that my friend was betting on Sodiq Yusuff, and man, I'm just super impressed by what Lopes has been able to do in the UFC so far. Very entertaining fighter. I mean, you got to put him up there with the most entertaining fighters in the world, and that catches Dana White's eyes. So for sure, he just punched a ticket for himself. He's going to have some big fights coming up, and he deserves it, man. Who does not want to? If you're going to go to live fights, you want to see a fucking Diego Lopes fight. This guy's a beast.
Yeah, you do. Diego Lopes, he got that dog in him, and he's actually good too. He's not just a dog. He's athletic. He's powerful. His grappling's off the fucking charts. Probably. I think so. If he wasn't fighting MMA, he probably would be. Hey, thank you, the Bob.
Thank you, the Bob. Bob says, hey, You think Lopes beats Movsar Evloev in a rematch? Brother, it's a bad matchup for him, but he did take that fight on short notice. So who knows what it looks like, right? But Movsar Evloev, not the type of matchup I want to see. I almost don't care, right? I would rather see him fight guys like Sodiq Yusuff who are going to strike with him. Then we're having a good time.
Lopes, I think, could pull it off against Evloev in a rematch. I would actually probably favor Lopes. I think Evloev's a little overrated. He's really good, but I don't think he's the best in the world right now. And I think a Diego Lopes, I think a Ilia Topuria, even a Volkanovski, a Holloway, they give Evloev a lot of trouble. I mean, Arnold Allen almost got him. So I think Evloev is beatable. It's just going to take the right opponent. Lopes in the future might be that guy.
AJ looking 18 years old. I see it, bro.
I think it looks nice, man, the clean shave. I'm actually really enjoying it. It looks better on the thumbnails. Have you seen my recent thumbnails? It comes in nice.
I guess not. Pick'em MMA. Pick'em MMA. You're an OG. You're always here. We appreciate you so much. He says, Diego Lopes, my lock. Looked like a minus 1,000. That dude is a savage. I am getting that Lopes haircut this weekend. What, you getting a fucking, you getting a mullet,
Please.
bro?
Are you getting the Lopes haircut for real? I think, guys, Pick'em's posting videos every day, so we got to give him some love. If he's getting that Diego Lopes haircut, I think it's good for his channel. So Pick'em, I need you to get that Lopes haircut, and we need to see it on live. We need an unveiling. Like, this is going to be sick. I'm very excited. I think you need the look. So let's go.
Throw it up on the, you know, on the picture there. We need to see the haircut after.
Yeah, that would be sick if that was his pick. Him like
Put
Diego.
your money where your mouth is. Pick him. All right, let's see this haircut.
Let's go. Pick him. Shout out to you, dog.
Lopes is a dog. So yeah, he bites, and man, is his submission game's nasty, his striking game's nasty. What a fun fighter to watch, AJ.
Absolutely. Next fight, Holly Holm, Kayla Harrison. Bro, Kayla Harrison, this handed the belt. Okay? Because she's going to destroy
Raquel going to do?
Nothing. She's going to get destroyed worse than Holm. Holly Holm is good in the clinch. Holly Holm is very hard to take down. Now, Raquel's solid in the clinch too, and she's hard to take down, but not like Holly Holm. I think that Kayla Harrison is going to dominate Raquel Pennington and put a beating on her. And I really believe Kayla Harrison is going to have that strap, and it's going to intrigue Amanda Nunes, and we can make the super fight. This Amanda Nunes, Kayla Harrison fight, huge. For women's MMA, it's huge. It's one of the biggest female fights of all time, I believe. I mean, Kayla Harrison, I always felt like she was a more evolved version of Ronda Rousey. Better in the judo, more of a physical presence, tougher, more grit. Now, she beat a 42-year-old Holly Holm, sure, but she handled her the way she should have handled a 42-year-old Holly Holm. Kayla Harrison's a freak, and I think that her with the belt is inevitable. But does she beat Amanda Nunes? That is something that I'm very interested in seeing unfold. I'll tell you something.
But she's retired. Does it unfold?
Amanda Nunes is interested in coming back if Harrison is the world champion.
Wow.
That's
and then you're going to get Nunes off the couch, man.
Kayla Harrison's going to beat her. That's what's going to happen, my brother.
Yeah, that could happen, dude.
It's going to happen. I bet Kayla as an underdog probably.
Wow. So you're on the Kayla train. Look at this.
I've always thought Kayla's elite. The only reason she lost to Larissa Pacheco is because it's hard to be motivated to fight the same person 3 fucking times. And she didn't have elbows, which changes the sport.
Well, the elbows are going to help her ground and pound. She's so strong for 135. That's the biggest 135-pound female I've ever seen. Holy fuck, did she blow back up, bro?
Huge.
She's huge, man.
She's jacked. She's freakishly jacked.
That's
Suspiciously
crazy.
Jacked.
Suspiciously.
I don't know.
Man, whatever she's drinking.
Works.
Yeah. However she takes it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe AJ's not. Kayla Harrison is a freak. Holly Holm made some mistakes, man. You know, Holly Holm first off reversed the first takedown. Remember that?
That was badass.
He fucking jacked that underhook up and rolled through. It was sick. But then engages with her. It's like, Holly, you've got to treat that fence like it's electric. Zzz, get the fuck off get your back off that fence. Just like Fabricio Verdum and the strikers do, where they pull the neck and they shuck you by, so they pull you on the side, pivot and turn out of that corner. She needed to get out of there. Instead, she was engaging in the clinch a little bit, and that was just, you know, it's right into Kayla's world. You know, it's like when you fight Randy Couture, don't tie up with him. Don't tie up with him. We're trying to kickbox Holly Holm. Right. Holly, you are a boxing Hall of Famer. Don't clinch with her, you know? Holly knew better than that and paid the price.
Bro, I think that Holly Holm's fight IQ went negative somehow. Like, she wanted to ego it. Like, I can out-grapple this girl. I can work her in the clinch. She needed to get strikes flowing. Kayla Harrison, in close, nobody's stopping those throws. She's going to get anybody down. And I'm telling you, bro, Amanda Nunes off the couch is in big trouble because Kayla Harrison would say what you want about her loss to Pacheco and her PFL run. She's been active as a competitor, and she has the fire inside to not only win the UFC belt, but to become the greatest female fighter of all time. And with a win over Amanda Nunes, she's right in that position. I know some people will say, oh, the legacy stained because of the loss to Pacheco. I don't see it as that. She got 2 W's over Pacheco, and I think Pacheco's elite. And Pacheco also higher weight class. Kayla Harrison can make 135. I think Kayla Harrison's elite, man. Elite of elite. One of a kind.
Crazy that she made weight too. I think Holly was saying she wasn't going to fight her if she didn't make weight. So Kayla knew, like, I got to make this weight. Yeah, very impressive. And man, just you know, it's what we thought though. I mean, we both were on Kayla, and it was pretty obvious, right? Hey. Jeremy, love right back at you, family. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you.
Let's go.
Jeremy lost his mind with Holloway and Alex. We'll talk about him, Jeremy. We're coming up to him, Jeremy, one by one. I must say, though, first lock, Bobby Green. Cha-ching! Second lock, Kayla Harrison. It's easy. Actually, I'm sorry. My second lock was Bo, so maybe that's next.
That's coming up. It's coming up soon. Next fight, Aljamain Sterling, Calvin Kattar.
Of course.
Calvin Kattar's wrestling was exposed, but I think Sterling exposed the whole featherweight division's wrestling. Aljo's fucking takedowns were beautiful in this fight. Now, was it entertaining as far as watching a high-stakes fight that's a war? No, but Aljo neutralized Calvin Kattar completely. It's an impressive task. But the truth be told, Aljamain, I think, sometimes wonders why the boos come in. It's because of his style. He smothers his opponents. He controls beautifully, but he doesn't do that final thing, which is look for the kill. When he turned it on and looked for the kill in the third round, he almost got it, but it was a little too late. He beat the shit out of Calvin Kattar. He picked him up like he was a kid. Calvin Kattar was supposed to be a good wrestler with takedown defense. He's been taken down twice. Not only did Aljo expose Kattar, I said this in my video earlier today, new series that I'm doing. It's fighters that were exposed at UFC 300. Calvin Kattar exposed. Calvin Kattar also, in the whole mix of it all, he kind of got Zabit Magomed-Sharapov exposed. I think that he was overrated. The way he took him down just once, lost the third round. I think Aljamain Sterling, we got to put some respect on his name. I know the style is not what fans are watching for, but as far as how he controls people, bro, give him another striker in the weight class. What's he going to do to him? He's going to do the same thing.
He's fucking relentless, dude.
He's relentless.
You know, Calvin Kattar's takedown defense was good on the first couple shots.
Yeah.
The first couple shots, he was defending as best he could, and Aljamain does such a good job, one of the best in the UFC at this, at straightening out the legs and then triangling his legs over the top. So your feet are crossed and you're just sitting there with your legs completely controlled. He fights like a Dagestani in that way, or it's like old Jake Shields shit. Jake Shields used to do that to guys back in the day. Straighten the legs out and then kind of like triangle over the top of the ankles. Man, it's hard to get out of that. And Aljo just slowly wears on you. And then by the third round, the takedowns were coming easy. He was picking him up, trying to slam him on his head and shit. That upside down shot that I've seen photos of already. And he's doing that to Calvin Kattar, who was originally a wrestler. DC, Daniel Cormier is on the mic like, well, he's a striker, so it's a different type of cardio. Like, DC, he was a wrestler first. Right. Daniel Cormier, no research as usual, out there fucking winging it. Daniel Cormier is all right on the mic.
He's
I'm
the
just
go.
joking.
I actually love Cormier's personality on the mic. I don't need him to do research. I just like him there. I don't care.
He didn't even know Calvin was originally a wrestler. Like, come on, dog. No, he didn't look like it out there, man. Great performance by Aljo. Although, you know, people are gonna. It's not the one people are talking about on Monday. You know.
AJ, do you have a car? No, actually, I ride a unicycle everywhere. Yeah, man. That's the truth. I got a unicycle. I got an electric one, actually. So I'll be driving that all around town, my brother.
Cybertruck.
I think it's ugly, but it's a great car.
Fuck yeah.
I've been seeing them all over. They're coming
me
out
too.
in droves.
Yeah.
Jersey girl, it's true. He picks me up on a unicycle. He says, you know, that's it. I go, say, listen, get on
the shoulders.
That's it, on the shoulders, and that's it. Shout out Jersey girl, big dog,
man of many talents.
Hey, thank you, bro. I'm gifted, man. I'm gifted.
Aljo looked, you know,
dominant.
He put the wrestling on him. It was good.
He did.
Poor
Maybe
Calvin
he fights
Kattar.
Volkanovski next. What are we doing? I'm not opposed.
I'm not opposed. That's cool. I think Volk beats him.
I like it though.
Yeah.
5 rounds.
That's cool. What about him and Lopez?
Then you're doing Lopez the challenge of a lifetime, but you're giving Aljo hell to deal with. A guy that can strike and grapple and with some power on the come up.
Clash.
That'd
Him
be
and
cool.
Evloev. I don't know. There's a lot of matchups for Aljo.
Yeah. Aljo's in a good spot. I think the best move ever was moving up. He looked better.
Yeah. Let him, you know, be able to bounce back. He looks stronger than ever. Yeah, let him bounce back from weigh-ins. Nice. He didn't look undersized. No. You know, it was interesting to see him move up. I think it was the right move. Obviously, looked good.
Yeah, it was great. Next fight: Jiří Procházka versus Alexander Rakic.
Shave that motherfucking face, AJ. Why would you bet your facial hair on this fight?
You know what?
This fight?
I'm a man of great risk, and I think that the entertainment value, either side of it, was beautiful. I had to throw a lock on something that was valuable odds-wise at even money this week, but I recognize that Jiří Procházka is a monster, and maybe I was delusional in doubting him. I jinxed the Rakic side. If I would have picked Procházka, maybe Rakic would have won, because Rakic in the first round was doing as I expected. It was beautiful leg kicks, good striking. But Procházka's made of something different, and he doesn't stop coming. One of the toughest SOBs in the UFC, and he put Rakic down, out, and my beard also down and out. I fucking shaved it with the cup or with the bowl under me on stream. If you haven't seen that, it's in my recent Fight Companion. There's a timestamp that I pinned from somebody that dropped when I shaved it, and I became AJ the babyface, man. I think I'm going to keep myself without a beard for a little while. Try it out for a couple weeks.
Hey, the guys who had layoffs had a tough time on Saturday, man. And, you know, just looking at this matchup from the jump, it's like, Procházka, you got to hit him with the kitchen sink. My man doesn't give a fuck. He's just going to march through shit. And Rakic couldn't get the respect, man. Rakic punched him in the face. Yeah. It's Jiří's he's going to eat it, man. He's ready to go. He's getting ready to die in there, samurai style. Rakic said he ain't a real samurai. Tell him.
He is.
Tell him in the fucking he is there to die, bro. He is, you know. John Jones said this that him and Mike Winklejohn and maybe more so Greg Jackson would talk about the warrior accepting their death before battle, right? This idea that you accept that you could be knocked out, you accept that this could be it, and that way when you get into the fight, you could fight free and not hesitant, and you see that in spades with Jiří Procházka.
Yeah, I think so. He is a fighter's fighter, but he's a soldier. He's a warrior. He's a samurai. And after the fight, I think you got to put him right back in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, light heavyweight's not that deep, so he is right back in the mix just by definition, dude. Yeah. There's not that much talent at light heavyweight. So much so that the champ wants to go up to heavyweight. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that very soon. But hey, listen, Procházka, I don't hate a Jan Blachowicz fight if Blachowicz available soon. Yeah, I would love that matchup. We'll talk another matchup later on. I do want to jump to the main card. If you guys haven't yet, smash that like button. To be honest, we're sitting currently during the live at 36 likes. We got over 140 people watching live. Let's get 50 likes. Your boy will enjoy a nice rip. I don't got the savage stick. I got the pen ripski. So I'll take a little something, a little puff for the people. So make sure you smash the like button. And if you're new, sub it up, man. We just hit 30,500 subs. So I'm very happy about that. So thank you all for the support. And Mike Finch hit 5,000 because he fucking decided, listen, I'm doing a live stream after Moneyline. I said, this is the move.
Back again.
Road to 10K has begun.
Finch is back. Tell your friends. Guess who's back? Come on, folks. Every single money line after the show, I'll do my own little video, little Q&A. Jump in. But we're on the main card now, AJ. Let's go.
Bo Nickal won. Beat Cody Brundage. He finished him. It was good. It was a good submission.
What are people hating about? I don't see what's the problem.
What? Here's why. Because of the
superhero?
fucking fans that don't shut the fuck up about Bo Nickal. Oh, he's going to beat Khamzat. He's going to do this. We knew the truth, Mike Finch. We knew that Bo Nickal was pretty good, and he's a good prospect, but he's not ready for the top 10. There's people that I fucking talked to, I swear to you, that believed that Bo Nickal right now could have defeated Duplessis, Strickland, Israel Adesanya, for fuck's sake, Khamzat, Alex Pereira, Robert Whittaker, Paulo Costa, to name some, Jared Cannonier. He's not going to beat the upper echelon of the game right now. Maybe in a few years. It's time to grow. Only 6 pro fights now, and he beat Cody Brundage in a manner he should have. He looked a little uncomfortable striking, which he should with only 6 pro fights. But the takedowns were beautiful, and they were very effective. Bo Nickal's grappling skill set is legit, and if he gets you to the ground, he's going to dominate a lot of people. As they move him up the ranks, that grappling resistance or running into a fellow grappler, that's where things get tricky for him. But I don't think you brush him up the ranks too fast. I don't think we're giving him top 15 next. I don't think you give him Jacob Malkoun next. I think you give him somebody flawed.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of those you mentioned are competitive fights, and then there's just it's almost like there's no reason to rush him, which is why I thought the spot was interesting in general. I think part of the criticism is he took up a main card spot here with the biggest mismatch on the card. He pulled Cody Brundage, it's like. At least everybody else on the main card had fucking Justin Gaethje, had Max Holloway standing across from him. Like, everybody else on the main card fucking had a fight on their hands. Well, till Poatan showed us it wasn't. But you know what I mean? So this was one where the fans expected Bo to win, minus 2,000 or whatever the odds were. So, the fact that he didn't go out there and do a flying knee off the bat or something, I guess it made them unsatisfied. But it's the right way to bring him up. You're 100% correct, AJ. And even a Cody Brundage, even a Malhoun's grappling looks great. That's a tough fight for a Bo Nickal right now. I like, a couple strikers, maybe, maybe we keep taking our time with them, but
Josh Fremd, maybe a guy that can wrestle a little bit.
Yeah. He should dominate a Josh Fremd. Something around there, I guess.
Josh Fremd is the fight. That's crazy. What if Josh Fremd chokes him out?
You like that? All right. Well,
I don't know. It's sensible.
Just because we got a minute here, let's look at the division, because Bo Nickal matchmaker hat is what I'm putting on right now.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's see what Bo Nickal needs. Mike, we
Bo
gotta get
Nickal matchmaker. We're gonna go. He could beat Paul Craig.
It's an interesting fight. Paul Craig's fighting Badaiho though, May 4th.
Man.
Edmund Shabazian?
Yeah, Shabazian's cool. I like that one. Right. That's perfect. You killed it. Shabazian. Yeah, bottom 15, Jack Hermanson, Khamzat's 11. Don't do that yet. I mean, that's a great fight when it lines up. Anthony Hernandez, Paul Craig, Chris Curtis, Kyle Brow. Yeah, I think you killed it. Shabazian. Done.
Shabazian.
AJ's good at matchmaking.
Thanks, man. I think him and Shabazian, because Shabazian is not somebody the UFC's backing at this point with a lot of steam, but if you go out there and chin fucking Bo Nickal, they will. Paul Craig, if he loses to Badaiho, that's a fair matchup. Depends on when Bo wants to return. Gerald Meerschaert is an interesting fight, but I actually want to see Paul Craig and Gerald Meerschaert fight. That's a matchup that I think we need to see before they both retire. So if they can line that up.
Gerald Meerschaert's how they brought Khamzat up. That really picked Khamzat up a level. When we found out Khamzat could strike, we're like, oh, shit. Remember how clean pop, pop, put that 1-2 on him?
Like a god.
That was really nasty, right? That was Gerald Mearshart. So bring him up like they did Hamzat, man.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what they do. Bo's got good potential and developing nicely. And I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Kelvin Gaslam's a decent one.
Well, he's down at 70 now, though.
Oh, yeah. Wrong weight class, Jeremy.
He cut down. I think Bo Nickal's in a spot where I guess he beat Cody Brundage, who's very back end. Where is Brundage even ranked in the top 100, bro? I got to fucking search. Brundage is ranked at
100.
Bro, I'm not even seeing him on the top 50 page, my brother. He's not a top 50 in the world. All right, let's see. Brundage is ranked number 53 in the world right now by Tapology as far as middleweights go. So I don't know, beating 53, how far up can we really move you?
Yeah, I think Shabazian's the perfect fight. Move him up slow. Shabazian more of a striker, that's cool. I like that.
Winnable fight for Bo, can exploit.
Yeah.
And how does he deal if he is stopped on some takedown attempts and he deals with a guy who can knock him out?
Yeah, he's coming up nice that way. And I even think by next year he could be in a big fight.
I like it. Let's go. Bo Nickal, good performance. Getting it done to start the main card.
Quit hating, folks.
Quit solid. Hating. Expectations just got to be a tad lower. Oliveira Tsarukyan. Close fight, but Tsarukyan's fight. Oliveira, he put in these submission attempts late.
Dope.
They weren't the winning moves. Tsarukyan still, I thought, deserved it at the end. I think the decision went the right way for sure. Arman Tsarukyan right now is in a very interesting spot because he was offered the title shot for June and he denied it after UFC 300 because, I mean, can you blame the guy? You got less than 2 months to take on Islam Makhachev. That's a suboptimal circumstance. I think he did the right thing saying no to that fight. And a title shot will come. He's still developing. He's a young guy. And I don't know if the title shot will be next because of him denying it, but it definitely could. Beating a Charles Oliveira in most worlds would warrant an immediate title shot.
Right.
But it comes down to the fact is, what if Makhachev now fights Poirier? When does he want to fight again? Is Tsarukyan the guy they're going to give the shot to? Like, it's such a weird spot with 155. We'll talk like Max Holloway soon, but it's Poirier getting the shot, which is a 1-fight win streak. I don't think he's the most deserving guy. He's just the most available guy. I think it's an undeserved title shot, to be honest. But you show up at the right time. You're ready for the right fight. You take a fight against Benoit where it was unfavorable and you knock him out. Well, now title shot's granted to you. Here you go. Tsarukyan versus Islam or Poirier, I think could be down the line. It could be the next fight afterwards. I wonder how long Tsarukyan's willing to sit. Is he willing to sit 9 months to wait for Makhachev?
Well, I mean, you brought up Poirier. Now I got to tackle it. Poirier, has done the blue collar, roll your sleeves up and get to work type fights the whole time. He fought Gaethje. He fought everybody. Poirier's always said yes, and so he comes out there and has a performance like that against Benoit Saint Denis where he's letting his hands go boom, boom. I mean, you could feel those shots. The performance he had was incredible. I like it. I'm down to see it. And yeah, he did kind of jump the line. Yeah, like obviously. But why not? Are we not entertained?
We are.
Who does not want to see Dustin Poirier let his hands go like that against Islam Makhachev? That shit's entertaining as it gets. So yeah, good for Poirier. I'm just happy for him, and I'll be happy to break that one down and be excited to watch that pay-per-view. Arman Tsarukyan gets his neck caught off the bat. Charles Oliveira with the guillotine. Arman Tsarukyan has to bail to his back. It looked like he was about to go out. He gets his way out, but Charles Oliveira keeps glued to him. And you can see how high level the grappling is of Charles Oliveira in the way his hips were just stuck to Arman Tsarukyan. Arman would buck left, buck right, try to bridge. And you saw him just ride him like a cowboy riding a horse, man. Just kept the hips glued, kept the feet crossed, the knees pinched, and really hung on to him well for a while there. Landed some ground and pound. Charles Oliveira, eventually, by the way, Arman Tsarukyan exploded out, just just to show you what a freak he is. He did finally just make some crazy grimace. I do the same thing. Like, you look at pictures of me grappling, I've always got some crazy face on because I'm not. And you see Arman Tsarukyan do the same shit. It's like he dug deep to explode out of there, and he still lost the first round, but it definitely saved him from a very perilous situation. You got to think Arman stole 2 and 3. So it was a split decision, but nah, man, we got to give it to Arman. We both picked Arman, so we're happy to see it. But at the same time, Charles Oliveira made it a fight, and you got to fucking love it.
I was happy to see Charles at least in a competitive matchup. It's just he's out of the picture now. That's what's fucked for Oliveira, right? Is he had the title shot, got injured, fight now not happening again. I don't think that it would have went differently for the most part, but I mean, Oliveira is always live to win by submission. Arman Tsarukyan, we're going to have him waiting in the wings for a title shot, most likely. But I don't like that. Does he fight a Mateusz Gamrot in a rematch? Is that something they have to do now?
So they got Poirier at 3 and Arman at 4. Gaethje was at 2. They got to change that.
And who's at 5? Gamrot.
Charles was 1. 5's Gamrot, yeah.
4-5, him and Gamrot, number 1 contender fight now. Because he turned it down, maybe. Rematch. His only loss in the UFC besides Makhachev.
Chandler's booked with Connor.
McNuggets.
I guess Hooker looked good. I don't know. What are we doing? Yeah, you might be right. Might be Gamrot and Tsarukyan.
I'd watch it again. I'd like to see them do it a second time.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah, Gamrot just had that little hiccup against Beneil. You know, he's looked pretty good otherwise, so that'd be cool. Arman's in a prime right now, man. Arman's a problem. It was cool to see him fight out of some bad spots and eventually show what he's worth, which is very powerful striking, you know, clearly improved striking. And the man can wrestle, and he's super strong, super explosive, hungry, you know. Lightweight's fun to watch as usual, and this fight was dope.
This fight was dope, but this next fight was about as dope as it gets. Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway for the BMF title. One of the greatest fights ever. Probably the sickest knockout ever. Mike Finch was good, brother. Congratulations. Hey, shout out to him, bro.
Not bad. Shout out.
Let's go.
Everybody won.
Bro, this fight right here goes down in the Hall of Fame for sure. It's a Hall of Fame war. Max Holloway was just simply better, and Justin Gaethje's leg kicks were negated. That was the big question. If Holloway can limit the damage from leg kicks, he will outbox Gaethje. We all called it. And to see him then not only beat a Justin Gaethje, but put the lights out after his signature, come on and let's go, and just start swinging for the fences, how the hell do you not love it? That was one of the most impressive performances in history of fighting. One of the sickest knockouts in the history of fighting. It was on 300, and we have an all-time classic fight. Like, the storybook couldn't have been written better, and it's for the BMF belt. A lot of people shit on the BMF belt as like a fairy tale title, but no. This fight proved the real BMF. Nate Diaz, Masvidal as a BS BMF fight because they aren't the baddest motherfuckers. Gaethje versus Poirier was a legit BMF fight, and Gaethje Holloway was the legitest of all BMF fights ever.
And especially because it was a defense, like it's Gaethje actually defending that title, stepping in there with Max, giving him a crack at it. Man, Max Holloway, a performance of such a storied career, and that might be the most storied performance of all, man. Who is not walking out of that building like Max Holloway's a fucking savage, and I'm a fan. He just bites down on his mouthpiece and goes, it's his thing now. His thing is pointing to the center of that canvas and making shit happen. It was already his thing, and now, I mean, it's really going to be, he changed his legacy. You know, this is going to be a big piece of how we remember Max Holloway. Saturday night is a key point, is a crowning moment. And I mean that literally and figuratively, because he did get that belt. That spinning back kick to the face that he hit Justin Gaethje with, that broke Justin Gaethje's nose, changed everything. When he landed that spinning back kick to the face, Justin Gaethje started going on, you know, protect the nose, react mode. I mean, you could just see he was fucking with it. He kept trying to blow it and shouldn't blow it, shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. While Max Holloway was just focused on beating his ass. And so he really took the fight over after that spinning back kick to the face. Max Holloway letting his hands go. I mean, you know, we got to give ourselves credit, AJ. We were both on him. We both had Max Holloway. That was dog money. You know, that's when the bookies were saying Gaethje. We were on Holloway, and what were we saying? He lets his hands go more, punches and bunches. How does he get it done? With some ridiculous hook, overhand. I mean, letting his hands go is how Max Holloway got this thing done. And what did we say was the bad thing about Justin Gaethje is that he throws and hopes. Well, look at the last 10 seconds of the fight. He's looking down while he's throwing these shots. Max Holloway's going to hit you every time. So, you know, we had the crystal balls out on this one, and Max Holloway delivers. I put a sizable, you know, just straight money line bet on Max Holloway. That was my lock, and fuck yeah, dude. I was so excited to see that. What an incredible finish and moment for Max Holloway.
Incredible lock too, my brother. And you know what's funny? A buddy of mine I was talking to earlier today, he said he had a 6-leg parlay. I didn't ask him the other pieces. He said at the end of it, who was it? Gaethje. I said, bro, you didn't fucking watch the show. I'm like, you didn't ask us. I said, at the very least, I would have told you, don't bet on Justin Gaethje. Leave the Holloway fight out if you don't want to throw on the underdog Holloway.
Right.
But he would have fucking walked home with a bag if he would have had Holloway on the lineup.
Oh, he just screwed up the Holloway one?
He picked Gaethje, man, because a lot of people, they fall into the trap of seeing Gaethje get some big wins and think that he's this great boxer. A lot of people think he's one of the better boxers. They think he could outbox Conor McGregor. No, he's got
one of the better.
One of the better.
He's one of the better boxers, but like, you know, he looks good boxing Michael Chandler. Right. We're talking about Max Holloway, man. Yeah. He's the best boxer in the UFC.
He is.
Did you not notice that Max Holloway is good at boxing? Come on, son.
What are we doing? You know? Holloway versus who? That's the question. He wants to Poirier. I'm down, but let me tell you something. He's better at 55, though.
Nah, Topuria. Come on, man. I got to see him in Topuria. Fuck yeah. Topuria was not happy, bro. Topuria is like looking nervous or something. What was that?
Yeah. It's just, here's the issue, though. When you put the BMF title on the line with a world title, okay? Now, that BMF belt becomes just connected to the world title belt. Kind of throws things for a loop a little. So would the BMF title not be on the line if Ilia Topuria were to, say, fight against somebody that's more of a grappler? If he became the winner or Max Holloway wins, would there not be a BMF belt on the line in certain matchups? My worry with mixing it with the lineal belt is the only problem. Point. It's a weird situation.
Solid point. If Conor can knock out Michael Chandler, then you go Holloway versus Conor for the BMF title. Obvious.
Yeah, that's the one. Hey, let's go. Let's go, baby. Respect for picking Max, Finch, and AJ, killing it. Big W, Bright Boxer. Thank you, dog.
Take our victory lap, cruise around a little bit, take the victory lap. Thank you, Boxer.
You're right, Paco.
Body was a key factor. Max mixes up levels, which causes reactions and finds openings. What a masterclass in striking technique. Exactly. Throws lots of punches. Always on the balls of his feet. Very quick. Lots of cardio. Can go all day and do that shit all day. He was eating some kicks, but man, he looked great. What a fucking fight. And it just got better and better. Topuria was scared. I know.
He didn't look
was like, what was, there was a strange reaction. It's like, dog, you're cage side, the camera's in your face, and your reaction is that?
Odd. I think it's because he recognizes that's a really tough stylistic matchup.
I guess. I mean, and you know, I don't know what happens with the BMF title, but I think that's the coolest fight.
Yeah.
And you agree with me, though. I mean, if Conor can just lay Chandler out, like,
you're doing then BMF, yeah. If Conor wins, I'm telling you, if Conor wins against Michael Chandler, you would be crazy to think they wouldn't set up that BMF fight. That will be one of the biggest pay-per-views of all time. And it's a rematch. Holloway gets the chance to avenge the loss. The BMF title is its own thing, bro. And I know Max Holloway wants to get his featherweight strap back. And I know that he is a good stylistic matchup. And I think he could do very well against Ilia Topuria. But damn, if Conor McGregor wins June 29th, it would be crazy for the UFC not to consider Max Holloway, Conor McGregor, BMF title, Madison Square Garden, maybe one of the biggest events ever.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's that fight. That's dope. But you know, we'll see what happens. It's cool that they even announced Conor and whatnot. We could talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, have a section for it.
Big respect to Justin Gaethje. He's got the heart of a lion. You know, the way he digs deep is just so admirable. You know, as somebody who's been in the cage and been punched in the face, I'll tell you what, that is hard to do, man. Justin Gaethje is as tough as they come. Big respect to him. Really cool that he got 300,000, and fucking insane that Max got over a $500,000 as a bonus.
It's awesome, man. I'm be honest. I would like to see all pay-per-view cards at least have a 6-figure bonus. I think it's a good strat. I think 50K is nice for the fight nights, but for the pay-per-view, I think we're going 6 figures for everybody.
But it seems like Dana lets more go sometimes, right? Because
Yeah,
they're 60K or whatever. So you'll see he'll be like liberal with them, he'll be throwing them out. Versus with this, you notice there was just the 3 because he can't be spending more than $1 million on bonuses. So yeah, so something to consider. There'll be people who eat better, but less people eating, maybe.
Interesting.
But I see what you're saying, and it was pretty fucking cool. Whatever journalist was able to ask that question, and Max Holloway chiming in, make it 300. Perfect.
Mike Bond, shout out to him, MMA Junkies Own.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I know Mike. Shout out.
Let's go. Let's get to the co-main event. Ladies went after it here. It was Weili Zhang versus Yan Xiaonan. I thought the fight was over in the first round, Mike Finch, and correct me if I'm wrong, but
it was.
Isn't it stopped if you're out cold? It's not a 10 count. It's not boxing.
It stopped.
She got saved by the bell.
She was unconscious.
She was flat out. I don't understand, Mike.
And I know that referee's a really nice guy. He's a good cook. Me and him have hung out on the Bellator bus. Bro, she was out cold. The fight was over. That was crazy as fuck.
I don't know how you let it keep going. Very strange. I was very confused because in my understanding of the rule set, there is no save by the bell in MMA. And if you're unconscious at the final bell, the fight stopped. And let's be honest, Mike Finch, let's switch the position for a second. She's on her back, has the rear naked choke. Instead, with her belly down, gets off of her. She's flat out. Has to push herself up off the ground. There's not that extra second. The fight stopped. But because Weili was under her, she let go. And it took Weili a second to move her aside. And then until Weili had separated from Yan Xiaonan, that's when the referee was kind of doing I guess a metaphorical 10 count. Crazy to me.
Yeah, and it was Jason Herzog. Thank you, Pick'em MMA. I was forgetting the name. Yeah, not good. Not good, Jason. And Jason's a good referee too. But that fight was over with. So, I mean, you're hurting everybody. You're hurting the girl who was actually unconscious and probably shouldn't be taking punches to the head after this. You're hurting Weili because Weili should have won or defended the title right there. You're hurting all the folks who are betting on it like us. You know, it's not good. So that was not ideal. But hey, Weili, just got to the back again. She knew she could do it. It was kind of shocking how well, Yan was able to strike with her on the feet. Yan Xiaonan is very fast, very good at striking. I love when Danny Castillo's like, hey, throw that side kick. And it's like, whoa, she comes out there with a side kick, lands it perfectly. Oh, shit, she got a nice side kick. So her striking game is dynamic for sure. Shout out to Yan Xiaonan, made it cool. Smelling salt, Sprite Boxer. I'm supposed to bust out some salt.
No. He's talking about Daniel Cormier made an accusation of smelling salts being used, but it was actually just pressure on the nose.
What the fuck? DC, what are you talking about, DC?
DC's a little crazy sometimes.
DC, what are you talking about, bro? Good fight. Yeah, I think that Weili's, wrestling and jiu-jitsu obviously are continually being shown to be world class. I was surprised how well Yan Xiaonan did on the feet.
I was too.
So I think Weili, the best in the world, but Yan Xiaonan, she could learn a lot from that performance. I think she'll challenge again.
I don't think she looked bad. I think she looked excellent. The striking is
great, dude.
Yeah. What about for Weili? Interesting spot. Tatiana Suarez injured. What about weight class drop? Let the fighters fight.
She was unconscious. They fought. One girl passed out.
Yeah.
These are not animals. What are we doing?
Right.
Even if they were animals, when your dog passes out at the show, it's over.
Right. But what do you think? Weili versus Rose? Rose comes back down. They do the trilogy?
Why do you like this Weili Rose thing? They fought too many times. No more Figueiredo and Moreno. No more Rose and Weili. No,
Oh.
fresh blood, AJ. And I
Give me
have the
fresh
rankings
blood.
up right here.
Tell me who it
Okay.
is.
Tatiana Suarez is the next challenge.
Injured.
She is.
Yep.
You were waiting for that one. He had that one ready.
I did. That's why I'm telling you. I don't know.
Fuck. Really? Injured with what?
Knee injury, I believe, if I'm not wrong.
Fuck. All right, Jessica Andrade it is.
Andrade getting the title shot. Are we going Verna Jandiroba? It might be Andrade, though. You're right. They fought before. Weili knocked her out in 30 seconds in China years ago.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's interesting because Tatiana Suarez is the obvious pick, so I didn't know about that. Rose, yeah, fuck it. If you want to do it again. Why are people hating on Rose? Rose is awful, I'm seeing. Rose is the Cody Garbrandt of the women's divisions. What?
That's funny.
What? Huh? What? No. Rose is very, very technically sound. Very good at striking. The changing of stances, the finesse, the footwork. Rose is good.
Rose is great.
Yeah.
Rose is great. I think maybe Weili in her face off, maybe not. But I don't know. Bit of a weird spot for women's strawweight without like a real clear number one contender at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, when Tatiana's back, when Tatiana's back, it's gonna be a big challenge for Weili. Tatiana's as tall as me, dude. You know, I got to interview her and watch her grapple. I probably could have asked her to grapple, but you know, you don't want to be a dick and ask a woman to grapple. I mean, she's a fucking beast, obviously, but you don't just go asking somebody to grapple. Like let them invite you. But we were on the same mat, and I was watching her roll with Jocelyn Edwards and a couple other women, and Tatiana Suarez is a whole other level. Tatiana Suarez is very good at wrestling. So it'll be, and her choke game is nice now because her boyfriend happens to have the best guillotine in MMA. So that'll be a real challenge for Weili. It's a really cool fight.
I would pick Tatiana.
Woo! Especially after seeing that, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, you heard that, Tatiana?
I'd pick her. I would. I think she will win. Let's keep running, Mike Finch. It's time to talk about our main event of UFC 300. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you smash the likes. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Alex Pereira, Jamal Hill. Listen, one shot, bro. And that's it.
Herb, chill, Herb. Herb, chill. I'm measuring right. You see me working here? Herb, step to the bang, and that was all she wrote.
Wrap it up. That's 300. I loved it. Alex Pereira is a god. Mike Finch, though, you know I'm going to pick at you a little bit. Some time ago, you said Islam Makhachev would have beaten Alex Pereira in a fight. Do you still stand by that statement? I'll ask you every time.
That was the last fucking thing I was expecting. Hold up. Hold up. First of all week, okay, all month, I told you motherfuckers what? That Jamal Hill is overrated.
You did.
Okay? I told all of you that. And I received hate. I had people tell me that Jamal Hill is going to show me. Okay? And what happens? He was run over. He was napped, put to bed. All right? Was not close. Alex Pereira is a lot better at striking than Jamal fucking Hill. Jamal Hill is not a top 3 light heavyweight. I'm sorry. He's not that good. That was a hot take a couple days ago. Now it seems to be what the average person is saying. With that being said, does Islam, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this stylistic thing is such a big piece of this. Like, what great wrestlers have we really seen Poatan fight? So stylistically, you know, look at his whole career. I mean, stylistically, he hasn't really had, you know, the type of matchups where we can make a clear decision. Okay, he's good. Maybe Khamzat beats his ass. Maybe Khamzat Chimaev beats his fucking ass. I don't know. certainly now it's looking less likely. I assume his takedown defense is pretty good. I assume he got his black belt in jiu-jitsu. You saw that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, time's moving and he's getting better and he's a champion of 2 weight classes now. So, but I don't, like if he fights for this heavyweight title, I think Tom Aspinall is going to double leg him and elbow him into the canvas. Like, I'm not quite as high on him as some other people are now. So, let's remember it was Jamal Hill who, like I told you guys last week, I'd probably pick like prime Chuck Liddell over Jamal Hill.
You did.
So, I don't know. Are you sold? Is this guy going to go beat Tom fucking Aspinall?
Tom Aspinall is a weird one because if Aspinall chooses to strike, there's always a knockout option with Pereira. I think in a striking match, it's a fight. If Tom Aspinall takes him to the ground, his grappling skill set is high level. Now, I know Pereira has a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but I wouldn't say all jiu-jitsu skill sets belt-wise are created equally. If Alex Pereira is a legit black belt, it's a different conversation. Truth be told, though, I believe Tom Aspinall would be too effective with grappling, but that doesn't mean that I'm not down for it. I would love to see Tom Aspinall, Alex Pereira. I would love to see John Jones versus Alex Pereira, but there's somebody in line for a title shot, and his name is Magomed Ankalaev. And in all actuality, very well-rounded fighter who can give Pereira problems. But I'll tell you this, Mike Finch, if Pereira's takedown defense does hold up, I really do see the leg of Magomed Ankalaev getting chopped at, and I think that Pereira would probably knock him out if they're striking. If you get him to the ground and you tire out Alex Pereira, a different game. You get to his back, maybe you rear naked choke him. Poatan's a weird case. I think that his grappling is not great, and Magomed Ankalaev, if he's smart, he's shooting a takedown early on.
I could imagine a world where Poatan, can fucking put it on Ankalaev and even the heavyweights. Like I could imagine a world where he lets his hands go and you said it to me, Islam Makhachev. Like I could imagine a world where Islam comes out there and Poatan's stalking him with the open hands and boom, puts that hook on him. I mean, for sure, of course. Yeah. But what makes something true? It's like believe in things based on evidence. And I haven't seen enough evidence to show that he can reliably stop takedowns from good grapplers. So is it possible that Bo Nickal fucks up Alex Pereira? Like, yeah, it's possible. That is possible. I have not seen enough evidence yet to say for sure that he can stop like 20 grapplers I could name in the UFC. I don't know that for a fact yet. Time will tell. Luckily for him, he's been fighting fucking, Jan Blachowicz, who's a striker who was able to take him down, by the way, when it was a close fight, right?
Jan Blachowicz wrestling's solid, though, because he did out-wrestle Israel Adesanya using control.
Fucking Polish.
He's a Polish wrestler.
He never wrestled in his life until he was an MMA fighter.
He's got that good MMA wrestling, though. I'd say
Bo Nickal was a college champion at wrestling. Like Khamzat Chimaev's wrestled since he was a baby. What happens when real wrestlers get a hold of Poatan? It's be a lot fucking better than Jan Blachowicz's double.
Fair. That is fair. Yeah, I guess we shall see. The closing gap, though, is Blachowicz had very good striking. If you get a limited striker with good wrestling like Khamzat, and Khamzat does get him down early but can't finish him, and then you have a tired Khamzat striking, Pereira will eat him. But I think Khamzat on his back would be terrifying. I would like to see Khamzat move up to 85.
What about Poatan versus Cyril Gane at heavyweights?
That's a sick fight. Dude. That would be a sick fight.
Fucking tough. Oh, hang on. I thought of a good one. You ready for this?
Yes.
Heavyweight title. Okay. Poatan versus John Jones.
That's a great fight.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's what I would like to see, to be honest with you.
Fuck yeah, that's sick, dude. That's the
better
fight.
Than the
That's the fight.
Yeah. They won't do it. It's a dream fight.
Yeah, that's a dream fight. That's a really cool matchup.
I'll be honest. John Jones wrestling is God tier. Come on, man. I love Poatan, but Adesanya took you down. Even though I'm saying maybe with these other guys, John Jones is a different conversation.
See, the chats got it too. They got John Jones.
Makes sense though, right? John Jones is a GOAT.
I think that John's probably the most overrated fighter in the world right now. I think, 40-year-old John Jones, I don't know what he's got. I mean, he looked real good against Cyril Gane, but we saw what? One takedown, one choke.
Yeah.
I don't know what he looks like if you get him a little tired. His striking's been a little off, but I don't know. I feel like, like especially against like Tom Aspinall, like I'll just give it to you now. I'm gonna pick Tom Aspinall over John Jones, bro. Like,
I don't see why you wouldn't, because John Jones has not proven he could strike with a quick heavyweight with power. 2 fights ago, Dominic Reyes dusted him up and was close to beating him. Could have got it.
What did I say that's so crazy back beyond that John Jones is a little overrated, bro? I mean, it was Jamal Hill until Saturday. Now I'll switch to John Jones. I don't know. I feel like a Poatan who could stick him on the feet as long as he can keep him on the feet, a Tom Aspinall, even some of these big lumbering Sergey Pavlovich types. Like I think John could be in trouble against a lot of these guys, and he'll probably rely on takedowns, which he was having trouble against, Anthony Lionheart Smith. He was having a lot of trouble taking, was it Johnny Walker? He's been in some split decision type fights where what is he better now 7 years later? Like probably not. All we got to see was the Cyril Gane performance. So I don't know. There's a lot of question marks for me on John, as to where I see most of the MMA communities like, oh no, man, he'll just run everybody over. Maybe Poatan knocks his ass out. That's a cool fight.
That would be sick. That's a dream fight and a half, but probably more likely we see Pereira Aspinall. He wants to do it at 301. If somehow they could get Poatan at 301, that pay-per-view is going to sell like wildfire.
Girthy Meat says, I'm nuts. Nuts are good for you, by the way. Apparently they help you live longer. The resume John Jones has shows he's not overrated. Well, the resume Michael Jordan has shows he's not overrated. If Jordan, wants to play ball against a current NBA player, he's going to get fucked up. He's old.
That's fair. It's like prime John Jones, a different game.
Fuck yeah. Oh, John Jones, who was spinning and jumping and, went out there and smoked Shogun and fucking destroyed Rampage's knee for the rest of his life, dominated Rashad Evans, choked out Lyoto Machida against the fence and left him on a pile on the floor. Yeah, that John Jones is a freak.
Yeah.
It's not the guy we got. I don't know who we got. I'm just saying there are some questions, and it's about age. It's not about resume. His resume is incredible, and he's the clear argument for best of all time. I always say George St. Pierre. I like GSP. I like GSP's well-roundedness. Yeah. I think it's a good thing that he's not like, doing cocaine the week before the fight. Fair. There's some reliability there. But John Jones is a freak, and I could totally see why somebody would say GOAT.
Yeah, let's go. Well, UFC 300 was a goated card, the most stacked card from bottom to top we'd ever seen. And it gets me excited for 400. I know it's like 8 years away, but I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. And listen, you'll be catching the picks right here for UFC 400. So stay tuned. We got a wild ride ahead until 400. We got the 300 era upon us now. 301 coming at us May 4th. We got a fight night coming up next week. We'll be back to breaking down fights then. But this was a pretty good off-week show. And we're not done yet, though, because aside from the UFC 300 main event, actually, I want to say one last thing about 300 main event, Mike, real quick.
Go ahead.
We're talking about Pereira's next fight. Jamal Hill, Yuri Prochazka. Is that something you're down for? You called them out on Twitter.
Yuri Prochazka versus
Jamal.
Dude. Yeah. Yeah. Run it. I like it. I think Jamal needs a minute.
He might.
Jamal just got his clock clean, bro. He needs a minute.
Already making call outs the day after.
Yeah, why not? That's dope. I mean, keep Jamal towards the top, All right, we can peak at light heavyweight.
Hey, Experto, great job, my man. I'm glad, brother. Proud of you for the 1K. Fuck yeah, dude. Shout out.
Is that right? Is that what he said?
He had 1K views, man.
Nice. I thought he was talking about money this weekend.
Oh, no.
I'm down. That's a cool fight. As usual, he's killing it. Sambo says George St. Pierre lost to Matt Serra. Yeah, and then he also fucking dominated him in the rematch. So,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yuri versus Hill. Exciting fight. Why not?
I'm down to see it. We'll see what happens, but I'm down for it. Listen, I do want to bring up a UFC news reaction after UFC 300. Thankfully, Dana White dropped some banger news. He announced
bunch of bangers.
Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier, UFC 302 main event, a special 5-round co-main event between Paulo Costa and Sean Strickland, and a UFC 303 International Fight Week, Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, the return of the most popular fighter in MMA history. So I'm pretty fucking hype about that.
Fuck yeah. One by one. One by one. Which one you want first?
We got to go. Let's go Makhachev Poirier first, man. We talked a little bit about
Makhachev Poirier. Look, y'all can hate on it all you want. Poirier put on a career performance. I mean, it was one of those performances where you just left going, damn. Who does not love that shit? The shots Poirier was putting on Saint Denis. And you know all of you picked Saint Denis. I was here. I did too. It's like Saint Denis a problem, and the way he put him away, you know, and that was after beating Conor, obviously the Gaethje fight, but you know, it's a cool matchup with Islam Makhachev. I'm gonna love watching that fight.
Me too. I think it's gonna be epic. I am leaning Makhachev early, obviously, as most of us are. I think that the takedowns are a big factor, but damn, I'll be hyped because what if Poirier chinned him? The world will fucking go mad, me included. That'd be epic.
He's you know, you run that risk being in there with Poirier. He just had to prepare for a guy who was going to wrestle him hard, and he did a pretty good job with it. Besides the guillotines, Dustin.
He's going to shoot another one here. What if he taps out Makhachev?
I mean, you know, then crown him, but probably no guillotines.
Probably no guillotines. Yeah. We're going Makhachev early for me.
Dope fight.
Costa Strickland, though?
Fuck
I don't even know how to read that one. I'm so torn.
That's sick because Costa's such a monster. So Strickland's going to be hitting a heavy bag, and that heavy bag ain't going nowhere, you know? So Strickland doesn't have enough power to get him out of there, and Paulo Costa, you know, look good. He's got the hard kicks. I mean, he's going to be in Strickland's face too. So such a cool fight. Come on, man. That's a cool matchup. I like that fight a lot. Really nice job by the UFC there.
Pick wise, like I can't even tell you. Experto DMMA, thank you for supporting my brother and becoming a member. He does He does Spanish breakdowns for the UFC. I told him to do it, bro. Experto DMMA. It's like a spinoff of mine, but Hispanic.
Gracias. Thank you for the for the membership. Yeah, man. I feel like I'll have to sit on that one a little bit. I mean, early lean to Strickland, but Paulo Costa's the man. Paulo Costa follows me back on Instagram. Maybe I got to pick him. Paulo Costa's way bigger. Paulo Costa's huge. Yeah. And so him walking Strickland down 3 or 5 rounds?
5.
Man, they keep doing it to these guys. Poor Costa. Another reason to thank Strickland. But that'll be a cool one to break down. I'm excited for it. Me too. That is a fun night of fights right there.
That's fun. And listen, we cap off June with Conor McGregor's return versus Michael Chandler. Mike Finch, I'll tell you something. I think Michael Chandler is the perfect comeback opponent for Conor McGregor if McGregor has any steam left of what he once was. Because let me tell you why. Michael Chandler's fight IQ is susceptible to, I don't know, delusional moments. For whatever reason, I think Michael Chandler might get into a bit of a slugfest with Conor McGregor. And Chandler's a guy that's taken a lot of damage in UFC fights. He's been more active than Conor, but he's been out for a while. I think there is a real serious chance that Conor McGregor starches Michael Chandler in the first round. And I'm going to go out on a whim and say that I'm picking Conor McGregor by knockout.
Ooh. Damn. Because Chandler's been out for a minute now, too. And Chandler's a high risk, high reward type guy, which is interesting to stack up with Conor, right? So
Conor's so precise, man.
I'm not going to throw a pick out just yet, but like a prime Conor smokes, you know, Chad Mendes. I was about to call him Chad Mendes, Michael Chandler.
No, I see
a lot of similarities, right? Yeah. So, you know, I'm very excited to see the matchup. I told you guys earlier, I want to see Conor win and then fight Max Holloway for the BMF belt. That's just like, you know, fantasy land, awesome shit. Michael Chandler's going to put a pace. Michael Chandler's probably going to look to take him down. Michael Chandler's been waiting for this fight, been waiting for this payday. It'll be huge. It'll be ridiculous. Conor looks huge. It'll just be interesting to see what similarities he has to old Conor because it's been a while. He's put more muscle on. I don't know. It's never good when somebody's shooting a movie, though, AJ. He's shooting Roadhouse and whatnot. Like, how did it work out for Ronda Rousey? That's when she had that Holly Holm performance she was filming. So, something to take into consideration. But would I like to see a Conor KO? Fuck yeah. Conor being back in June, awesome. I don't know how they didn't save it for the next week because usually International Fight Week is like around July 4th. Everything was messed up because that's when they did 100. That's where they did 200. Now 300 happens in April and Conor's fighting in June. I don't understand, but
I'm happy.
What it is. I'm excited he's back.
I'm hoping that we have an off week after the Conor fight so I can take a quick vacation and go visit some family, bro.
Yeah?
That's what I want to do right after the Conor fight. That's my goal. Hopefully I can go.
July 4th?
Yeah. I want to see some of my cousins.
Perfect. Hey, if you're missing a card, I'll host the live stream again. That was dope.
I know I got you, my brother.
It was fun jumping in on this one. AJ loses his beard.
I was sick.
Yeah, I mean, it was a sick card too. So cool fights announced. Yes, I'm glad to see fucking the Mac back. Let's go.
Return of the Mac. Guys, we appreciate you. Off week for us. We're gonna slide out, but make sure you check out Mike Finch. You doing this live stream tonight, Mike?
I'm doing it tonight. I'll see you guys in a few minutes on my channel. Get a question ready for me. Get a fucking donation ready for me because I know some of you made some money because I went 5 for 5 on the locks. Me and AJ are still celebrating these dubs. We had Max Holloway. We had Pereira. We knew about Whaley. We had this card. We had you guys. We had your back. And I just hope you enjoy this shit because we do. We're loving it. UFC 300 is going to, it's behind us now, and now we're on to 400. Let's fucking go, man. I see a lot of good fights on the horizon for the summer. I'm excited for what's next. I do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Hit and Move. We didn't end up having a lock of the night tonight because there's nothing to lock, but I still want to let you guys know hitandmove.com. You could use promo code Moneyline to save 20% on the gear. AJ, I've been using it every day. I've been using the turtle mitts. I've been using the gloves. We're sending some to AJ's house so he could do the same. It's definitely, it's really, really quality shit. So Hit and Move, promo code Moneyline.
Let's go. Promo code Moneyline for Hit and Move. We're giving them a shout even this week without a card. If you want to get some gloves, you want to get some gear, check the boys out. They're going to get you the highest quality equipment in the game. Let's go. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you. Check out Finch's live. I'll probably pop in the chat and say what's up to the boy. Let's go, baby.
Last time. It was cool. Hey. Thank you guys for coming through. I'll see you guys in a few.
Let's go. See Mike Finch very soon. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. We'll see you in the next one.